resisting the culture's relentless efforts to pull them away from their Christian upbringing. By and large, homeschooled children are thoughtful, mature, and well-adjusted, and I believe that's because their primary influencers are their parents. If the thought of stepping outside the educational box seems overwhelming, take heart. Within this book, you will discover that you can escape the bonds of a one-size-fits-all educational model and find out how to maximize your children's learning potential. What's more, when you discover the environment and tools that best dovetail with their distinct, God-given strengths and weaknesses, you will set them on a path toward learning that will continue long after the diplomas are handed out. Jim Daly, President, Focus on the Family. Preface. Your child can succeed. War has been declared on the families of America. What's at stake? The hearts and minds of our children. Who is the enemy? Those who would replace education with indoctrination. Those who would insist that parents step back and let federal and state organizations and teachers' unions legislate the content and direction of what students will learn and how they will learn it. But you as a parent are the line of first defense in this battle. God has entrusted your children to you, and you're designed to love and protect them more than anyone else can. You are their first and most influential teacher, and your home is their first classroom. You know them better than anyone. When it's time to begin their formal schooling, how you choose to educate your children matters more than you can possibly imagine. Public, private, charter school, homeschool, or a combination of any or all of these, you can't afford to base your decisions strictly on convenience or finances. We parents need to take an active role in equipping our children to succeed in school and beyond. In a world that pressures them at every turn to simply conform to and comply with a secular worldview, we need to weave a strong and enduring commitment to God into the very fabric of their lives. We need to make sure they know they've been fearfully and wonderfully made by their Creator and Designer. This book will show how public education is failing our children, and the latter part will speak to workable alternatives, including homeschooling. But however you decide to educate your children, this book will equip you to teach them how to succeed as lifelong learners in any academic setting. That doesn't mean simply making learning easier for them. It certainly doesn't mean lowering any standards or compromising on discipline or behavior. It means teaching each child to discover his or her natural inborn strengths and figure out ways to use them in order to learn. Accountability stays intact. The important thing is to use their strengths. We can't build on weakness. And the world needs their kind of strength more than ever. Our fervent prayer is that you will listen to this book with an open mind and heart. We pray you will take the time to truly help your children recognize and understand how their minds are wired for taking in and processing information, and how they can motivate themselves to learn even in the most challenging and difficult of circumstances. Every child you have is God's gift to you. It's not a coincidence that you got the kids you've got. God chose you to nurture and guide your children to adulthood. And we don't believe it's a coincidence that you're listening to this book. We can't wait to see what God will do. Part 1. Why you need to reclaim your child's education. 1. Problem. Public schools are failing. Write these commandments that I've given you today on your hearts. Get them inside of you, and then get them inside your children. Talk about them wherever you are, sitting at home or walking in the street. Talk about them from the time you get up in the morning to when you fall into bed at night. Tie them on your hands and foreheads as a reminder. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your homes and on your city gates. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 6 through 9, in the Message version. Several years ago, I, Cynthia, was speaking on base for a group of Air Force wives. I used Proverbs 22:6 as my text.